All right, good morning guys. This is Average Aaron's Auto Videos and we are doing another 2003 Dodge Ram repair video today. And today I've got an engine code coming up. It is P0440 and P0456. And if you look to it, also has it on the pending column there as well too, it says pending. Let me get back to severity. So severity is pretty low and the other one doesn't even register. But basically it's just a small engine control or evap leak somewhere on the truck. So we got to find that. So did some research online, and one of the cheapest things you can do to fix it is to replace your gas cap. Now I went and did that, replaced the gas cap, reset the engine code, and that did not work. I also tried fixing the pressure control valve in the engine, and I got another video for that if you're interested in that one. So I did those things, that did not work. So now we're going to crawl underneath here and take a look at some parts that I ordered in order to try to fix this and get it back up and going. But before we do that, let's take a look at what a P0440 engine code is. Alright, so P0440, fuel vapors are escaping into the atmosphere from somewhere. So I didn't have this code at first. I only had P0456. So evap control system, and there's a couple ways to look in here and do this, but it's a small leak. Can you drive with it? Yes, not recommended for long periods of time. So what I did is I ordered some parts. I got the air intake for a leak detection pump, and then I also replaced one of the breather hoses because it looks rather worn, and I couldn't see a leak on it before pulling it. But maybe when I'm doing the video right now, we'll be able to see a leak in it as we're working on it. So let me show you how the box came. Here's the box that the part came in, and here's the actual part itself. And then here is the hose, which is driven by possibility, whatever that means. So I crawled underneath the truck here, and where we're gonna look, I can get the camera there faster if I can get my body. All right, so we're gonna remove this bad boy right here. It's this hose, and then here's the pump, leak detection pump that we're gonna pull. And then this hose goes up around into here. Now I've pulled it off of here. One thing I did beforehand though, this thing was so rusty right here, and it's actually falling apart. So I'm gonna hopefully have another one of those and replace it. If not, I'll try to reuse it and Dremel it down a little bit so the screw can still take a flathead screwdriver. I actually had to use a set of pliers to get it off. But first thing I did though was I got some PB Blast and I sprayed that and the top one so that the part would unscrew and come off a lot easier for those screw clamps. Next, on this side over here, I also sprayed some PB Blast. Now here's your evap canister, I believe it's what it's called, and this may need to be replaced, and if we have to do that, I'll do that in another video, but hopefully this part will fix it. But you gotta take some bolts off first. So there's a 10mm here and a 10mm up there. Hopefully you can see that. And then this sensor right here needs to come off as well. This is the unhook, and that little red tab just needs to be pushed in so you can get that off. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this stuff off, and I highly recommend wearing safety glasses because there's a lot of rust under here. And I went ahead and loosened all these parts so they'll come off fairly easily now, but I'm not gonna show you them coming off in the video. So this one took a lot of work to get off though. But just take it back and forth, be easy so you don't break anything that's too rusty. And again, I sprayed these with PB Blast and these as well. So we'll take a pause and I'll take this off and show you guys what it looks like. All right, I kind of got the top off there. I forgot to mention also you'll need to remove this hose, but you'll realize that as you're taking it apart. And then don't be too rough on it, but you can give it a, you can be a little firm with it to get this off. Because you don't want to rip or cause any additional tears. But I was looking at this, it looked all right. No holes in this one. And then here's the part itself hanging down again in this little clip on the back. This kind of rests right in there. It just goes right through. Pokes in right there, and then it goes down and you screw it in right there to hold it. And so what I'm going to do, this red tab, I'll push it over, and I'll take this off and replace it. And I'll figure out how this little bad boy goes on here. Should just kind of clip in right there, but I'll come back and show you that in just a second. All right, so I got it disconnected. And what it looks like is right in here, you're gonna press this little pin in, and this should come right off the clip once you get that off. So I'm gonna pause the video, get that off, and then come back and show you guys the rest of it. All right, so I finally got the part off, and it sank on down on it like this. It slides down like that on it. So you can see it was so rusted that I'm gonna have a hard time getting the new one in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire brush this off and then paint it black before I put it back on there. Just look a little nicer. I'll probably repaint the canister cage too that it's holding it on there. So I've got a helper, and what are we gonna do?
Scrub it.
Scrub it. All right, scrub hard. Scrub that rust off. All right, we'll be back once we're done scrubbing. Point it at that.
Now we're going to paint it.
Just using some Rust Reformer black. We'll give it 10 minutes to dry, 15 or whatever it says, and then we'll flip it over and spray the other side. All right, while the paint is drying, we're gonna come back underneath here, and we are going to hook in the new part and plug in one end of the hose. Then we're gonna take the new hose that we got and plug it in up here too, and get this clamp back around it, go ahead and tighten that down while we're waiting on the paint to dry for that bracket. So let's do that. All right, we got the new pump seated on it here, and you can see the angle at which it goes because you want this little notch right here. When it goes in, it's gonna go inside of this little notch right here. And you're just gonna plug the hoses in on their respective sides, bolt everything back down, clear the code, start it up, and hopefully that solves your problem. I'll come back for one last final shot. I will mention though, make sure you plug in the connector to the sensor and everything so it actually can talk to itself. And don't forget that part, it's kind of important. All right, we got it on here. Looks good. Make sure you don't forget these screw clamps or whatever they're called. And make sure you seat these rubber hoses all the way down to have as good a seal as possible and tighten these down. So there's one here, and then there's the one up top over here that I did too. Make sure they're good to go. And then I also hooked in this rubber connector, or the electrical connector, and pressed the tab through so it holds it in place. It's on there solid, not going anywhere, and I look forward to hopefully this fixing my engine codes. I'll post in the comments if it worked or not. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to hit that like button down below and to subscribe. Helps me help you, and if there's anything you'd like to see and I've got it available, I'll try to put it together for you guys. Just post it in the comments below. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.